panic remains. Hollow reflections, ghosts in the cold. So come burn down my escape. I wanna feel it. Come drag me into the void. Let my circuits decay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. You never.
Come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Alrighty, folks. Welcome. It is Tuesday, 3/24. Now that you know the date, we can continue. Today, we're jumping into the new update for RaceRoom. I've been looking forward to this one, primarily not even because of any new content, although they did give us Spa back. So if you guys have been around for RaceRoom for a while, you know that this game had Spa, and then they lost the licensing for it, and they had to take it away. They did just recently lose the licensing for the Ferraris. Luckily, I've secured those, so if you already have the content, they don't take it away from you. But if you don't have the content yet, they take it off the store. So in this particular case, we got the new licensed versions of Spa back, which I'm looking forward to that. And we got the electric version of the Mini Cooper. That one kind of the what is it, next-gen cup car. That one has me interested. I've never really liked electric cars in racing, at least not in sim racing, because electric cars don't really do anything soul-wise. They don't have any characteristics. They just sort of exist and they accelerate. However, in real life, the instant torque G-forces of an electric vehicle tend to be sort of what makes them fun and enjoyable to race, but you can't duplicate G-forces in sim racing at all. Even with the motion rig, you can get a little bit instant, but sustained G is just not something that can ever be done unless, I don't know, you're moving around at a level that would be wild to see. But anyway, the biggest thing I'm looking forward to in RaceRoom is the steering wheel ratio adjuster. So I've already done it. I did open the game up already, full transparency. I set it to my steering ratio of 900 degrees, and every car, at least I've only tried 2 or 3 cars I just jumped into quick, different cars that have different ratios, it's all 1-to-1 right out of the gate. It's the simple things in life. That was so aggravating in this game that every car I'd get into, I'd have to change it manually on my software for the steering wheel base. Now I don't have to do that anymore. We're good to go. So let's jump into the game, and let's test out the new cars. Let's test out Spa, and then we'll do some ranked racing. And it'll probably be a slightly shorter stream because, for me, there's not a whole lot of content. We can go over the patch notes quick. Here, let's get those up on screen. Where are we at here? Screen capture. Let's see. Looks like we're in for a fun week of motorsports. I think so. Two of my favorite games are getting updates. Yeah, one of them's a gigantic update. This is so just so you guys know, this game has been out since 2013. So not to like talk about PMR again, because I know I tend to talk about PMR a lot, but like PMR is the newest racing sim on the market, period, right? And everybody always talks about, like, updates and this, that, and, like, updates are a bad thing sometimes. This game is 13 years old, getting updates with some basic features. Mainly the steering ratio one, which they're talking about right here. This is like a no-brainer update that should have been in the game a long time ago. But it wasn't. 13 years later, we just got it. However, this game is fantastic. I love this game. But the point is that no game is perfect, even after years of support. None of these are. They all have their own issues. This was a big issue that fixed it for me. I know not having to adjust this setting is huge for me now. Really hope the update tomorrow. These other good games don't excite me as a peasant. Well, hey, Ren Sport's a console game. This game should excite you though, because you want the industry to do well, even if it's not available on your platform, because sim racing as a whole is extremely small. It's extremely niche. Pick your favorite sim on any platform. Now combine all of those sims on all of those platforms together, and they get trolled by Forza Horizon on one single way to play it in terms of player count. So as much as player count, and people like to make you believe that that is the sole thing that matters in sim racing, it is fundamentally just not what matters in sim racing. The only thing that the numbers matter for is, can you play online randomly with people you don't know whenever you sign on, and is the company making the game making enough money to support the game? Continued. That's the only two scenarios where player count matters. Other than that, it's this random, like, bigger number better race that just does not matter in video games. Like, how many people right now are playing GoldenEye on N64? Probably very few, right? But I have it, and I know that I could bolt it up to my TV at any given moment and have a blast with 3 of my friends at all times. So who cares? People get obsessed with those, though, player count. My 3 favorite sims have the lowest player counts. RaceRoom, AMS2, and PMR. My 3 favorite sims. And guess what? I'm going to play them over all the other ones every time. Anyway, let's talk about the changelog here. Sorry, I went on a tangent there. I know. All right, so steering and wheel rotation, improved steering rotation handling for all wheel types. Fanatec, Thrustmaster, and Logitech wheels set steering ratio, a rotation for auto, which is good because those are the 3 major ones, in my opinion, the 3 major brands. Every other brand outside of those is sort of like the bougie tier of stuff, where like they are there to be, they're all racing to the top, whereas these 3 are racing for, again, that consumer number where they want bigger number better. They make good products, but none of their products are, although the new Fanatec stuff, Podium stuff, looks pretty tit, I'm not going to lie. But I have a Logitech RS52 on my rig for travel and PS5 gameplay. I love the RS50. I think it's a fantastic wheelbase, but it pales in comparison to my Simagic when it comes to, like, its overall badassery, I guess you could say. So this wheel falls under manual, so you manually set your steering ratio, but it's one setting. I'll show it to you. Super easy. Even a caveman could do it. Steering range and force feedback soft lock now adjust automatically per car. All good. So meaning the actual, like for Simagic wheelbases, they endlessly spin. There's no lock when you turn them off. This forces a lock to whatever the car is, which is really nice. So you might have a 1080 steering ratio, but if the car has a lock after, I don't know, 100 degrees of rotation, it'll lock the wheel there. So that's cool. User interface, improved virtual mirror frame. I'll actually check that one out. HUD improved driver tags above opponent cars, improved meter visuals, improved flag and warning visuals. I have all my HUD stuff turned off, so I'll have to turn that on and see what that looks like. Updated options, garage, car setup, and replay menus to match the multiplayer menu style. Got it. Ranked multiplayer regional servers added for Europe, North America, and Singapore. Race splits are hosted in the region closest. That's good. That's good. I am in North America. I benefit from that. Added player discharge rate and brake regeneration settings. Added concrete terrain type. Added steering wheel maximum rotation value. Added flag indicating whether this player is in the garage. Updated session phase description for clarity. Extended push to pass states to support multi-step systems such as blah 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 words. More words. Morning, Jim. May the updates be game changing. I agree. General fixes. We got a lot. Let's see. I think I'm going to skip reading all this because this is a lot of fixes. All I'm just going to do is look at this and go, this is very good. Also, dedicated server is now 64-bit. I don't know if that means it was 32-bit before. But that's good. That's good. Let's see. Physics and AI. There's a lot of physics and AI changes to this game. I kind of would rather just figure it out firsthand, but it looks like there's a good amount. I do recommend reading this if you're a RaceRoom fan. I don't want to read this enough because I know while there are people who want to read these things, a lot of people are just like, just get to the game. You know? Art. This is typically by art, they mean visuals. So, fixed track hole. Well, that's good. Fixed shadow artifacts on front splitter. Fixed hood number of metallic decals. Removing correct Mercedes branded helmets. Fixed shadow artifacts, blah, blah, blah. Cool. All right, let's get into the game. So I think first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into some single-player nonsense just to drive the new cars, get a feel for things. Like I said, I already signed in earlier, and I jumped in a GT3 car and like a couple other like cars that I know I've already driven before, and I set the steering ratio. It one-to-ones it for every car, you know? So, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's one of those every other game does this automatically, or at least one setting and then you're done. This game was the only one that didn't do it, and it was a huge annoyance to me. Now, perfect. I'm so excited they added that. Obviously, I wasn't the only person talking about it. But I'm very happy because this is one of my favorite games, and that was always a nuisance. I'd always get into a different car and forget to change my steering ratio on the base. All right, so we got Spa, boys. We got Spa. All right, let's jump into... I did buy the 3 tracks and the 3 cars. Or maybe it was 4 tracks. I already forgot. This list is getting bigger and bigger of things I owned. And this is getting much smaller. My goal is to have 100% of this game's content at some point. All right, what do I want to drive? So, okay, where's the Mini? Oh, here's the, all right, let's try this one first, the Alpine. This is the free car. This is the one they gave us for free. Let's see if they robbed us of quality by giving us the boring free car. All right, let's see. Ooh, baby. All right, let's go just to race on Spa. Let's check out Spa. I want to get on Spa. Updating right now, Kevin. Very nice, very nice. Let me turn my music down here, get a little more game audio. I will say, one thing I don't like is red splash screens. Look what it does to my face right now. The entire room is bright red from these red splash screens. I don't know what it is about cameras struggling to capture red and blues, but they do pretty aggressively. All right, let's check out car setup here. Oh, actually, before I do that, let me show you, guys. It's this easy for RaceRoom fans out there. This happened again. My accelerator pedals unbinded. They were just bound. Very strange. I wonder what does that in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if it was my SimPro software. All right. They're bound. Let's just confirm I can turn. Yeah, see that? ID'd as 3. That's so strange. It's got to be the SimPro software, the latest version of it. Yep. Well, clutch isn't bound, but that's fine. I have it bound on the wheel. Let's just make sure everything's bound here quick. Yep, that's fine. I never reset up the pit menu. All right, so this stuff is all good. All right, so right here. Where'd it go? Oh, scroll up. Here we go. This is what they added, Fway, and anybody else watching who likes this stuff. Right here. This is what my wheelbase is. I have my wheelbase set to 900 degrees in the SimPro software. I match it here. Every car is now 1-to-1. It's the exact same thing. It's perfect. It works so good. It's fantastic. Now, like I was saying before, the Logitech, Thrustmaster, and Fanatec, auto is set here automatically, so you don't even have to do that. But if you have one of the, you know, bougier type bases, you have to manually set it. If you have one of those bases, this should not be something that's difficult for you. All right, let's get into this car. See how this car feels. Look at that, 1-to-1, baby. Oh, none of my buttons work. None of my buttons are bound. This is so weird. This is the second time this happened. My buttons rebound themselves. So even though they say they're bound, none of these buttons are actually bound right now. They're bound to another input. I wonder what's causing this. I got to figure this out quick. Duplicate. It says I have a duplicate. It has to be something to do with this. I have to figure this out. So I can't select this. How do I just delete it? I want it gone. I can't delete it. I can delete the duplicate. The problem is it's registering as a Pro. And I have an Ultra. Missing devices. Simagic Alpha Evo Pro. This has got to be related to SimPro, the software. Because this keeps happening. It randomly changes the ID of the device. Well, all my buttons are unbound now. Oh, hold on. Let's select this one. That's why. But still, the buttons are bound differently again. So, let's change these again. Because, like, right now, all of these buttons that say ID2 should say ID3. Because, watch. Shift up. As soon as I bind it, it's going to say ID3. ID3. Shift down. ID2. Or, sorry, ID3 again. Alternative, that's fine. That's my other shifter. DRS. Yep, everything that says ID2, I got to rebind right now. I don't know what does this. It's got to be SimPro. That's the only thing I can think of. All right, so ABS. Beta software, guys, is one of the biggest crutches of everything when it comes to computers and... All right, map. FFB multiplier. Brake bias. Oh, that one's already set. That's nice. Ignition. Anything that says ID2, I got to rebind. Hit speed limiter. Reset car. Pause. Back. Look left. This guy. Look right. This guy. Rear look. This guy. I think that's going to be all of it. All right. Let's try this again, folks. Let's restart the session just to, even though I think I had plenty of time there. All right, here we go. All right, that works. Force feedback multiplier works. Lower it back down to 1. Now, because I jumped in the game, believe it or not, before the stream, just to set up the wheel, and I was bound to ID 2. It's 100%. I think the SimPro software, because it's only it's happened twice now since getting SimPro 3, and SimPro 3 has been very problematic. Let me pull up the HUD stuff. This is actually something I would like to see in PMR. I don't know if they'll ever do it. This is down the road, though. This is not priority stuff. The bindable buttons, like the HUD, each individual feature of the HUD is bindable to a button. So watch. It's going to be hard to do, but Can I don't think I can navigate the menu. Let me just double check I got these bound here. Or I can bind them. Because I can bind the back button. See the back right here? Full screen, yeah. I guess there's no menu binding. I can't remember if you can use... Anyway. Alright. So, let's see. Names. Race line. On, off, on, off. I like it like that, though. I like a simplified setup. I don't like a very, like, information-friendly HUD. I like a very open HUD. It helps me drive better. That's a me problem, though. I find a lot of stuff is distracting. This car actually drives really good, this A10. I believe this is, this is the free car. This is a pretty game, I'll say that. Like, it's a very vibrant, clear game. I like that. That's something that's I understand that, like, from a realism standpoint, this is not a realistic look, but it looks better from a video game standpoint. Like, it's just, it's like I have good eyes. It's nice and clear. And that's been one of my gripes to the PMR devs for a minute now, which I'm still mentioning, is the windshield is very, like, hazy, and it gets rid of a lot of the game's color palette and clarity by being in the cockpit view. Which, well, I don't know if I should technically say that or not, but because it's an idea that they had, and I don't want to put it out there and then it never happened and be like, oh, I'm just one of those guys spreading misinformation, you know? One thing I notice now, maybe it's just dumb luck, there's been less stuttering. This game is known for its, like, random, like, big hitch out of nowhere. And it's not a hardware level thing, it is 100% a software level thing with them. Oh, hello. Cool, buddy, appreciate that. See how we handle El Rouge flat out. Oh yeah, this car's slow enough to do it. Nice. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. I need some practice there. I think you can do it though. Full lock without lifting. Nope. Yep, not a race car. Not a race car. Alright, that's enough for this car. I do like that. I will say that car drives very good. So that's good. First car we drove, I would say that's a viable option. Let's jump into the Mini. I am very curious how they handle electric. I'm very curious to feel how this game implements electric cars, because I hated electric cars in Gran Turismo 7. And I like electric cars in real life. At least the like the faster ones anyway. Because electric, has anybody ever felt like a bigger battery electric vehicle? I hate to say bigger battery, it sounds ridiculous, but like the amount of instantaneous torque and acceleration they have, it's a next level feeling. Like the old Teslas, especially like the Tesla Plaid. If you ever get an opportunity to go for a ride in a Tesla Plaid, it will blow your mind. Stop the car at a red light and just stuff the throttle. Incredible piece of technology. But the problem is there's no character to that car. There's no sort of soul because it's all electric. So without the G-force, it doesn't feel like anything's happening. All right, let's see what electric feels like. There's no... All right, drive, yeah. There's just drive. Not very fast, I'll say that. Not very fast at all. This is, I don't think this is going to be a spa car whatsoever. Wow. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a small track car. So it's interesting, the dash shows kilometers per hour, but that is the mile per hour reading. Because my wheel is displaying the actual kilometers per hour, and both the numbers on my dash here are imperial, not metric. So you're seeing mile per hour, I'm seeing kilometers per hour on my wheel. But yeah, this is not a fast car. That's kind of a bummer, man. I mean, I'm sure this is accurate to real world, but I was really hoping this was going to be a badass car. So far, the Alpine is way more of a car to drive, or Alpine or Alpine, I don't know. But I was really hoping this thing had like a big battery in it, and it was a fast car. Because I'm a Mini Cooper fan. I'm actually a very big Mini Cooper fan. Feeling this out, I wish they gave us just the Mini Cooper street car. Give us a turbo Mini Cooper S. I mean, it handles good, but this car might be a blast on a track that's not Spa, and because Spa clearly requires a little bit of horsepower. We're struggling to break 100 miles an hour in this car right now. So far, their AI has been vastly improved. I haven't been hit by them once yet. Oh, locked up the... We've got no ABS on this car. Just to confirm. Yep, no ABS. Well, electric is something that you have to... I absolutely would love an electric car. Because, at least, I should say this. I would love a Tesla. That's the only electric car I would like. Every other electric car sucks. Like, it's not even close. But this is... like a production stock Mini Cooper S is faster than this car. By like a good amount. Like, you can go to your dealer right now and buy a Mini Cooper S. And it's faster than this by like a good amount. My girl has a Mini Cooper S, 2017 Mini Cooper S, turbo. Stock car. Have no problem clearing 100 miles an hour in that car. No problem. This thing gets to like 102 and it's just out. It's not like it's even accelerating like down low. Because it is, okay, you could make the argument that it's a one-speed battery car. Because they don't have transmissions. But it's not even like eating mile per hour down low. I will say the AI is really good. They pretty actively avoid me. I mean, some people will hate that. Some people, it's weird. You can't please anybody when it comes to AI. If the AI actively avoids you, people are like, "Oh, that's inaccurate. They're just avoiding you." But if they don't avoid you, people get mad because, oh, the AI doesn't get out of the way. They just hit you. Well, pick a friggin' argument, will you? There's no pleasing people when it comes to AI. AI will never be dialed in because there's so many conflicting viewpoints. Me personally, I like my AI to duplicate good racing etiquette, but realistically. Meaning, I want them to make mistakes. I want them to crash. I want them to hit me if I put them in a compromising situation. You know, I want them to duplicate real driving. And Real driving can be sloppy. But I think it should scale based off of how you set the AI's difficulty. If you set the AI difficulty to be like... So AMS2 does AI difficulty settings the best. Because they don't... It's not just one setting for AI. It's... you can add how often they make mistakes, like a multiplier. You can add their overall speed, and you can add, or you can individually change their aggression. So if you set them to be low aggression and super fast with minimal mistakes, they're like a laser beam. They'll never deviate. They will just run the fastest lap times no matter what you do to try and overtake them. Setting them more aggressive means they'll be a bit more dive bomby. They'll aggressively overtake. They might push you off the track because they're aggressive. And if you set maximum mistakes, they'll spin out. They'll do all sorts of things. So I don't like AMS2's AI in terms of it's the way you get stuck to them. So basically, if you were to hit the AI, let me show you what I mean. If I were to rub against the AI in AMS2, you can't get off of them. You're like stuck to them. So it's the opposite of PMR. PMR, you bounce off of them. In AMS2, you get stuck on them like glue. And you'll be pressed up against them on their left side, and you'll be turning left to get away from them, and you just can't. You're just glued to them. I think RaceRoom's... So I would say in order of AI, iRacing's is the best, then RaceRoom. I think PMR's AI is better, but I like AMS2's control of the AI to customize it more. So if they could sort of combine forces, I think they would have a really good AI going on there. LMU's is it's only good in the mid numbers. If you set the AI too fast in AMS2 or in LMU, they get dive bomby and kill you. It's crazy how problematic the AI gets when it's... Ooh, I set the fastest lap. Yay, look at that. Alright, I think I'm gonna get out of this car because it's a bit too slow. I do like the few small menus. Supposedly this main menu is getting updated at some point too because it's very dinosaur-y. Alright, let's get in the... I believe it's a GT4 version, the Alpine. Do the same thing. Appreciate that, Jimtastic. By the way, folks, I believe we need one more sub. One entire singular sub to bring me to 26,000 subs even. Let me double check. I don't have it live monitored anymore. I hate watching my sub count live because it's a number that really, truly doesn't really matter. But, you know, yeah. Right now, folks, look. Exactly 25,999 subs. I need one more sub and I get 26,000. Yeah, the new RaceRoom menu is very nice. I look forward to them updating the main menu because that's the part that's old. So all this stuff is nice and polished and new. The main menu is very well, it's 2013, you know. All right, this is the race car version of the Alpine. VR Madness, you just subbed? Let me double check. Streamlabs. I appreciate the subs, folks. Yeah, real quick. Let's just do this. Oh, wow. You know, this is why, I hate it when people remind people to sub, but there's a reason for it. There it is, folks. There it is, folks. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you. It means something. Might not mean a lot, but it means something. So thank you. I appreciate it. Oh! Every time you hear that sound, that's a sub. Thanks, folks. Appreciate it. Now, hopefully you guys actually stick around and listen to my rambles. I'm really good at rambling and ranting and complaining. Not necessarily complaining, but sometimes. All right, here we go. Back to this Alpine GT4. Also, in chat, type 1 if it's Alpine, type 2 if it's Alpine. I don't know the right way to say it. I've always said Alpine. Alpine Stars. I've never said Alpine Stars, but every time I hear this car talked about, it's Alpine. Oh, we got an AI pile up. Excuse me, folks. I'm just going to cut the track because you're in my way. I don't got time for that. Appreciate that, Jim. Thanks for the support. I mean, it drives like a GT4 car. Pretty good. No complaints. Adaptive AI is kicking. One thing I would like to see games like PMR over time get is adaptive AI, because that's what I'm running right now, adaptive AI. It really is the best AI experience. You just set adaptive AI. Mind you, they're a little slower to adapt in RaceRoom, which is part of why I say iRacing has the best AI, because they adapt inside of one lap. They'll adapt to your driving speed. Whereas RaceRoom takes like a race or a qualifying session for them to adapt to your speed. This feels like a monstrous race car compared to that next gen Cup car, that Mini Cooper. Is that how? I mean, it has to be. I doubt they would make them intentionally that slow in the game. It really must just be that slow. That's rough. That is rough. But I'm loving this whole 1-to-1 steering ratio for every car I get in. Alpine for the car, Alpine for the forest. Missed the hell out of Eau Rouge right there. They changed the font, too, of all the information. I like this font better. Could just be that it's the new, it's refreshing. Whoop, whoop. The Mini was not free, no. This car was not free either. The first Alpine we drove was free. But I looked at the ranked races, and you want to get in the ranked races, they're obviously going to promote their newest cars, you know? But like I said, my goal is to have every bit of content in this game. Every single car, every single livery over time. Obviously, I don't do it all at once, but when I feel like wasting money on sim racing, I spend a little bit on RaceRoom. I can justify it on... Oh, hello. I can justify... Oh, like, I will say the new overhead names look good, because they did change that. It's a lot higher resolution than before. Like, look how close I am to that, and that's pretty crisp. That's actually something I said to one of the devs in PMR, by the way, is if my ideal sort of, because obviously there's a debate about if you can designate who is who on the track, like with their name above their car. Putting that on a key binding, legit. So I got to figure out which bind it is, of course. I don't remember offhand. 4? Nope, not 4. That's Raceline. 5? Nope, not 5. That's the dash. 6? Nope, not 6. That's the mirror. 3? That's Ghost Car. Yep, alright, so it's Like, for example, let me get close to the car again. It's keybind number 2. All right, let me just let this car pass, actually. All right, watch, right? You see the guy's name? I hit keybind 2, gone. Back, gone. Back, gone. I love that. I love telemetry like that. Everything on the HUD that can be bound individually to a button. I know RaceRoom's HUD gets a lot of slack because it's not super informative compared to some of the other ones out there, and especially compared to like Crew Chief and stuff. But little things like that, I absolutely love being bindable. Now, who's that? Who just hit me? Oh, it's M Nodal. That son of a bitch, M Nodal. All right, now I want my immersion back. Let me just turn that off. You know? Same with the line. Race line ideal, off. Owner challenged, ideal line, off. Damn, another guy just hit me. What prick was that just bumped me off the road? Oh, it's that guy again, M Nodal. That guy's a bad driver. I gotta report him, because I'm a report-happy, you know... Anyway. I love that. But that is something I did recommend to the devs, for like quality of life when it comes to racing online, especially, is the ability to see who you're racing like that. But you want to be able to turn it off. You don't want to ever give, like, in my opinion, because the thing is that if you have like a permanent player identifier above them, that's going to piss people off too, because that's, to me, that breaks immersion. No one's driving around with a floating name tag above their car, you know? So you have to be able to turn it off. However you implement it, that's entirely up to you. Do your own thing. It's your game. But 100% you want to have player ID above the car, but also make it so you can turn it off. It must be a GT4 thing, because all GT4s I drive are always like snap oversteery. Not bad, you can save them, because that was like the big thing with PMR. Before they updated the tire model and the physics of the GT4s, they would get snap oversteer and you would crash every time. You really had to drive those cars heavily under the limit. Now, they can still do that, but it's much more realistic feeling, and you can save it, like just kind of like this. This car wants to oversteer when I let out of the throttle, see? But I can save it. This game is visually really nice. The thing is that PMR's graphics are actually substantially better, but they're just not clear. The new... That AI did not like me complimenting PMR. Not a single little bit. Alright, that's a good time to get out of this car. That worked out perfect. Alright, let's check out and see what's in ranked. So let's see, hold on, let's make sure I drove the cars I needed to drive. Yeah, I did, yep. 3 cars, we got them checked off. Alright, so, of the 3 new cars, I would say the Alpine street car is the best. The free one. The free one's the best one. The second best one's the GT4, but it's a GT4 car, so they all kind of have that balanced GT4 sort of feel to them, whereas the other car feels much more like a unique car. I don't know, let's see what the Next Gen Cup ranked race feels like. Oh, perfect. Starts in 2 minutes. I'm going to use the bathroom quick. I'm going to qualify during the race, during practice. All right. All right. All right. Sorry, had to send a couple texts there. So, in chat, do me a favor, for those that are watching, because I'm curious. Oh, hold on. I missed some comments here. Can't wait for the Greta-approved solar-powered cars DLC. Nighttime racing will be lit. Nice, nice. For those of you who are watching, in chat, if you don't mind, typing out what game you primarily play. I'm always curious. Always curious. Or what game you like. What's your favorite sim? Period. Can be any platform, doesn't matter. AMS2, PMR. So far, you guys are in my top 3. These are so. I mean, I've. Oh, join it. Here we go. I'm over not paying attention. It didn't play the. It didn't sound the alarm. Wait, why is it? It's unregistered. What's going on? Oh, there we go. That's the sound I was waiting for. AMS2 and WRC. So my top, I've said it many times, but for any new viewers, my top 3 sims, I have them all. Although I could spend some time in R Factor 2, but I don't. My top 3, PMR, AMS2, and RaceRoom in no particular order. It really depends on what my mood is, honestly. But if it were up to me, those would be the ones that everybody wants to play. I think they're the ones with the most character, the most variety, the most fun to be had. AMS2 needs ranked play in the worst way. It needs like a real... This has the best ranked play. RaceRoom of those 3. I think PMR will have better ranked racing than AMS2 once they dial in their servers. Even the way it sits, without any 2.0 upgrade, just having your servers dialed in, I think PMR would have a pretty decent ranked by comparison to some of the other ones. So I gotta turn the car on. Electric cars, man. I'm gonna need the line too. I don't know this track. I don't know this car. We're gonna use the line. Oh. But I think the biggest thing AMS2 needs is just a better tire model. I just don't like the tires, man. I love the game. There's some unique cars that I really love driving, but generally speaking, this car is rough. I don't like the tires. It's possible. It's possible, Matt. Honestly, ignoring Rennsport's physics, I don't mind Rennsport. It's definitely a more arcadey physic. It's not going to get you a, like, more authentic race physics. But, like, I don't necessarily think it needs that. Its driving caters to the casual, which is fine. There's no real sim that does that. It doesn't feel like Need for Speed arcadey, where it's just ridiculous. But let's face it, it's harder to lose control of the cars in Rennsport. However, that doesn't mean you're just fast in it. Like, that just sets the bar higher, for the ceiling higher for how fast you can go. What I think Rennsport needs more than anything else is just content. They need some updates. They need something in the game that makes you want to play it. Because all it feels like right now is sort of like junior varsity LMU. But if they bring, like, unique cars, a bit more free play in terms of, like, the multiplayer experience, like, if I can get in Rennsport and host a lobby and build my own lobbies, that's a huge feature to have. Especially when you don't have a single player. LMU thrives, but LMU has a shit ton of players and a very intuitive ranked system. But, like, God, I don't know. This is I gotta figure that. It's weird because there's not the race line's not really telling me to, like, brake right there, and you clearly are gonna have to brake pretty good right there. I'm not gonna lie, I'm bummed out by this car. I'm a Mini Cooper fan. I was really looking forward to the addition of the Mini Cooper, and they gave us this. I mean, it is what it is. It's a real car. It's just there's nothing here to be desired from a racing standpoint. Let's see how the racing goes. There's no gear shifting. It's a 1-speed, obviously. It's an electric car, so I'm not shifting anything. It doesn't put out any kind of audio cues that are enjoyable, and it's just not fast. And it's not like it handles like it's on rails either. It understeers horribly. It's a Makita Cooper. That is accurate. That is accurate. I got so excited when I originally saw the first flyer for the ad for a Q1 update, like the official one where I saw the Mini Cooper. I was like, oh, hell yeah, I love Mini Coopers. Like, for me personally, the MX-5 would not exist if Mini Coopers, they're so much more fun to drive. But this is not the Mini I was hoping for. Jesus, I barely kept it in right there. Yeah, they have it in PMR now too, Kevin. But yeah, I do agree. This is the first game I ever felt shifting force feedback. And now it's in PMR. I hope the reviewers of 2.0 don't butcher it. I really do. Because as someone who has access to it, it's solid. It's solid. It's real good. It moves the needle quite a bit. But I don't trust the industry enough to not have a bias against the game. That's the problem. I really don't believe reviewers are going to, even if it's the best game ever, are going to give it a fair shake. You know? I genuinely believe the gaming industry, like every other industry, has money and biases involved in their opinions. Like, case in point of that is what just recently happened. Does anybody follow any other games that are not, like, say, so Crimson Desert, for example? Crimson Desert's, I haven't played it. Honestly, it's too buggy for me. I'll wait a little while. I'll wait till that game's more dialed in. It needs more updates. It's a Korean game, and Korean games usually do really well after some updates and some polish. Their day ones are never really good, in my opinion. But where I was going with that was in the computer space, there's 3 brands of video cards. There's Nvidia, which is the biggest, AMD, which is the second biggest, and then Intel recently got into it a couple years ago. This game completely ignored Intel's attempts at getting support. So if you have an Intel graphics card, you cannot play Crimson Desert on PC. It's insane. It's the first time I've ever seen it where there is zero support for that GPU. Well, I hear you, Slick, but that's not my issues with the game. He's referring to political narratives. I'm the only person in this? Well, I think we've determined I am not the only person. I can't do this for 50. Here's the thing, though, right? The problem with this is that there's no point in racing. I'll get 0 points. I mean, I get it. There's nobody in the lobby for me to beat. So I'm going to call it. That was a nice waste of time. Hey, I got gold, though, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Look at that. This is what you call a participation trophy. I showed up, and I got my gold. No points for it, though, but... All right, we're going to do a fun... Oh, DTM 2020. Damn it, I missed it. Oh, it's on Red Bull Ring. I don't really care much about Red Bull Ring. So this looks like a pretty popular one. Damn, I don't want to wait for that, though. I really want to do the Tatuus F4 Cup. Tatuus F4 is one of my favorite cars in this game. But it's also not a current car. Like, you can tell what people want to drive here. They want to drive the A10 Cup car. That car drives really good, to be fair. What Nords is this? What Nords is this? Oh, I gotta get involved. I gotta get involved. Also, too, I know we argue about this a lot. Because I am all for fixed setups. Look at the ranked races in RaceRoom right now. Fixed, 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 fixed. Not fixed, it's open. Fixed, 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 open, fixed. I'm telling you, man. It's a desired feature because all of the... Pick your favorite sim, they have fixed setups. It's a missing feature from PMR. And it doesn't mean you take away the ability. This is the part that I have to constantly talk about. Wanting fixed setups doesn't mean you take away open setups. It means it's an addition. It's an extra feature to have, especially for custom lobbies. There are a lot of people that just want to get in on a Tuesday night after work. They don't want to worry about what the setup meta is. They just want to get in the car and race. All right, so it looks like I'm doing the Tatuus F4, and then I'm doing the GT3/hypercar. I might get in a hypercar because I want to do these both. This is an open one, but I don't care. I want to drive it. All right, so let's see. Register. I mean, here's the thing, Matt. They do plan to implement it in time when I don't know. It's on the list of features to add, you know? But they are for it. They're 100% for adding that. It's not it's less a design decision and more of just a time decision. Putting time to things that matter more than that. But yes, I agree. As my opinion of fixed and how it should be implemented is, especially in lower tier racing, in ranked, lower tier ranked racing, 100% should be fixed. I like the idea of because I did talk about, you know, what if they, for the license test, if they should have that be fixed or not. And their intention is that the license test is designed to show you the overall project motor racing, your abilities in that. So if you know how to set up a car and you know how to race a car, you're going to go right to the top of the division when it comes to your overall setup. So I understand that. But once you have a ranking and you're, say, whatever, your lower rank, until you get to higher ranks, it should be fixed. My opinion. But also, my opinion is also based on a lot of other sim titles that are successful. And RaceRoom, iRacing, LMU, they all have fixed races in lower ranks. And then on the custom multiplayer side of things, having a feature in custom lobbies should always be the most customizable portion of the game. It's in the title, custom lobbies. I want to be able to set right off the rip if it's a fixed race lobby or open, you know? But it doesn't mean take away the ability to set up cars. I feel like I always have to repeat myself that that's not what I'm advocating for. I'm not advocating for taking away anything from the game. I'm only advocating for the addition of things. It's 1-1. Do you win and lose at the same time? Good question. Good question. Fastest win in history. Yep. Participation gold. Big setups have to be drivable, though. I'm sure these... So, I can only say so much. But expect some good driving out of 2.0. Good cars. Good, everything feeling good. I can say that. I feel like I'm not giving anything away there. But, I'll have some videos coming out this week. At some point, when I don't know. I can't... nothing can be technically talked about or posted about until, obviously, a release. Kind of how embargoes work. Really excited for 2.0. Same. Yeah, I will say, it feels good. It feels good. Feels really good. And, yeah. I have to toe the line. Because I want to talk about it, but can't. Not if I want future early accesses, you know? Kind of how that works. Let's see. I think they won't because up until recently they didn't know how to set the cars up correctly. Well, it just comes down to, like, they have round the clock people testing. You know, it's not like, and by people testing, I mean like sim racers, things like that. Kevin is actually in, like, the reason why I'm even hinting at that is because Kevin brought that up in the video. So anything Kevin said, I'm a little like looser about, but he basically gave credit to the people who are actually doing that stuff behind the scenes. So it's not just random people giving random advice to set up cars. The cars are improving for a reason, you know? Any more drivers? Beating EJR is getting old. Listen, don't make me take you to Daddy Nordschleife. You put me in a mood, where I want to win, and you put me on Nords, clap, clap, way. Chandler, yes. As far as everybody keeps bringing up, like, release date and stuff like that, all I can say is this, because I'm not giving away anything. It's all been put out there. And I'm going to use what's been put out there with some slightly common sense logic from a business side of things. Kevin said when the game planned to release and when the DLC planned to release. That's all that's been said, right? Devs have, like, said that was the... They haven't, like... The problem with people is they need, like, a daily confirmation. Every 5 minutes, they need to be reassured that they're getting something when they originally said that they were going to get it, or else all hell is breaking loose. But in business, there is an expression called no news is good news. Because unless you have something bad to report, you just don't report anything. So all I can say is they've talked about it publicly, and there has been no news about it since. That's all I'm going to say. Just Whipster, I can't say anything. Can't confirm or deny anything. I can just say stuff like that. Arrowlin, not sure how to say that. They're actively addressing everything, so, like, you can't expect a light switch. It's not like you can double your frame rate with flipping a switch. The biggest issue with the game right now from a performance standpoint is CPU utilization. Kevin talked about that. And that is a massive behind-the-scenes sort of, you know, effort. But nothing, they don't want to release anything half-assed, which you have to understand why, especially in this sim racing space, why they don't want to do that. So, I think the most important thing about PMR right now is the internet. I would say, Arrowlin, just wait till 2.0 comes out and judge for yourself. I can't speak to console because GT7 doesn't exist on PC. But I will, without giving away anything, confidently say, on my end, it is the best visuals I have ever seen in a video game from a racing standpoint. At least sim space, anyway. You want a little bit of hype right there. There's your little bit of hype. But it looks good. It looks very good. Question is, what car... Oh, here we go. Of your settings before 2.0 comes out? What do you mean, Fway? Oh, I don't, yeah, I guess you could do that, but I haven't. I jump back and forth. But I'm also not a, like a force feedback connoisseur, if you will. I'm far more into visuals and graph. Like, I'll pay more attention to stuff like that. Obviously, if there's like a jarring force feedback change, I'll feel that. But like super, super, super small things, my brain is not going to pick up on it. Use the bathroom again quick before I do this. Yeah, Chandler, but the thing is that was specific, my statement was specific to PC max graphics. Console is not going to be able to do PC max graphics comparability. It comes down to the CPU of the PS5. Now, here's what, like, this is the honest thing. The visuals have the potential of being there, but the way, like, upscalers and things work, like, your resolution's going to go down, things like that. Like, especially on, like, OG PlayStation that doesn't implement PSSR. What happens is, when you're in a situation where you're going to start losing frame rate, resolution drops. Just how consoles have to do it, or else you feel everything terribly. Obviously, the target is 60 FPS. I love this Tatuus, man. This is the one thing that I don't know if PMR will ever get that I wish it would. Modders need to do it. Just open wheel cars, man. Especially these F4s. These are so good. Oh, shit. But basically, the issue is CPU utilization. Kevin talks on that. It's been a talking point for the longest time. The biggest crusher of performance in PMR is CPU utilization. And what is the weakest part of all game consoles? The CPU. So, like, even the PS5 Pro got a lot more GPU horsepower than the standard PS5. But it has the exact same CPU. So for games like PMR, there's like borderline zero gains from PS5 Pro over standard PS5. However, when the time comes and they do dial in CPU utilization, you're going to see consoles get a much bigger bump than PCs in performance. Like, that's one thing I can give to GT7. They're very efficient with their engine, which is why it looks like it does. But I played GT7 the other day. Like, I mean, it looks great for PS5. But the potential of PMR, in my opinion, I'm going based off of my, it's not a fair comparison because we're comparing two different machines, and you can't compare GT7 technically because it doesn't exist on PC. But they don't even compare, in my opinion. They don't even compare. And maxed out on PC right now for PMR with 1.7. Like, if you're someone like me who's like really into like deep diving into graphics, I have said from day one, the actual visuals are there, but they're baked under this like poor lighting and kind of like ugly filtering. And between that and like the artifacts and things like that, it just makes for an overall not that like really refined and good looking image. Whereas this here, this game, RaceRoom, looks beautiful. The color palette pops, everything looks nice, it's clear. But if you actually pay attention to the graphics, the grass is a flat 2D texture. Like, everything is there's a reason why this game gets a super high frame rate. It's because there's nothing there to load. It's all texture, you know? Low polygon. Very, very, very... Look at the grass. It's just flat. There's nothing there. Look at the grass. There's nothing there. You know? So, but, like, overall imagery, this looks fantastic because it's so clear. And that is what PMR has been missing. Like, the clarity, the color palette, all that stuff. What kind of wheelbase did I play Gran Turismo with? Everything Logitech. Well, yeah, basically everything Logitech. I currently have an RS50 as my on my other rig, my collapsible rig. That's what I use for console and stuff like that. But I had originally, for my Does It All thing, I had the original Logitech Pro, and I've obviously had a G923. I like the RS50 the best of the three. Because I don't miss the 3 Newton meters of extra torque compared to the overall size and efficiency and feature set of the RS50. It's just a much more modern base. That's really what it comes down to. I love this Tatuus F4, man. But it's like I was saying yesterday in my stream when we were doing some PMR. The most important part about what needs to happen in 2.0 is something that right now nobody knows. Oh. And that is stress testing the interconnect on the internet between hundreds of players. It doesn't matter how many internal playtests you do, it's never enough compared to the mass scale of the consumer. So until it gets out there and it can be stress tested by the public, we have no idea what that's going to look like. And that is the most important aspect. I 100% expect it to be better. I just have no idea how much better, you know? But it basically needs to retain players and slowly gain them. Like, I don't think any one media... Because here's the thing. I don't expect any media outlet to be fair. I really don't. I believe they genuinely all have a bias. I think the smaller guys are less biased, but the problem with smaller channels, on YouTube especially, is while they might be less biased because they're not really recognized and they're not necessarily paid, however, mob mentality takes over and they tend to just do what the public sentiment is. We're like, oh, if the bigger outlets don't like this, I'm not going to get recognized if I go against them. And I think honest, fair reviews are necessary. But it's also why I don't listen to things. When, like, the same journalistic type reviewer covers AC Evo positively and PMR negatively, I just don't listen to them anymore. Because I have both of those games. And I play them both. There is far more good going on in PMR than there is in AC Evo. AC Evo is in early access, though, so grain of salt there, it's expected. But I consider PMR to be in early access, too, even though it didn't launch that way. And then the other hand, too, is maybe my brain just doesn't agree with sim racers. There's always that option, too. 24-hour playthrough review. Ugh. That's a lot. That's a lot. But I'll be interested to see what someone like here. I will say this, like, there are genuine reviewers out there, but they get trashed because they have an honest opinion. Like Gamer Muscle. Although Gamer Muscle is clearly an advocate for AC1. However, do you think Kunos is paying him to advertise AC1? Think about it. He just likes the game and he thinks it's the best simulation, which is a fair point. Max Verstappen thinks the exact same thing. That's saying something, you know? But like, he was one of the only people with a, I would say, almost six-figure subscriber count on YouTube where he covered this game honestly. Or by this game, I mean PMR, sorry. And he got trashed for it. So he hasn't talked about it at all since. And if you actually listen to his streams, he talks about things like that all the time. It's like a big part of why so many of these other people on YouTube are successful is because they don't give their opinion. And it's very true. Giving your own opinion, well, an honest opinion anyway. If it goes against the mob mentality, you're only hurting yourself. Good thing for me, this is not my day job. So I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want. Nobody in particular, Matt. I mean, I was talking about Gamer Muscle there and about how he's one of the few people. He gets a lot of shit for having an honest opinion. But I think he's one of the more genuine people who talk about things. You know? He gives everybody a fair shake. He gave Rensport a fair shake. He gave PMR a fair shake. He gives AC Evo a fair shake. By the way, he doesn't like AC Evo. He likes AC1, though. He's a big proponent of, I don't understand why all these sims keep trying to reinvent the wheel. Just make a new version of the original Assetto Corsa. And you have all your physics and tire model. But that's his opinion, though. But the point is that, do you think it financially benefits him? Do you think Kunos is going to pay him to advertise their original game? Or you think they're going to pay him to advertise AC Evo, their new and up-and-coming game? You know? No, you're good, Matt. You're good, Matt. No problem. I'm just enjoying driving this car. I'm paying zero attention. I'm in third of... Oh my god, there's only 3 people in this race. And I'm in dead last by 12 seconds. I'm just out for a casual stroll. I don't know the limits of these cars, and when I don't know the track, I wildly underdrive them. But I do love driving this car. Oh, got that a little too hard. Anyway, yes, let's talk more about RaceRoom. This is technically their update. I don't want to make this about PMR. Even though the problem is that most of you guys watch me for PMR. So it's very easy to deviate to that game. But my whole thing is like, if you like RaceRoom, you like AMS2, then you like PMR. But if you like LMU, you like iRacing, you probably don't like any of these games. God, I love driving this thing. I like it. I like the logic run of audio. I'm not in last place. I'm covering their 6. Technically, I'm the alpha. If we're going to go by the pack, I am the alpha. Do we know why I'm the alpha? Same reason the captain goes down with the ship. Last man on, or first man on the ground, last man off the ground. So yeah, I'm actually just being the alpha male right now by being in last place. Making sure everybody gets to where they gotta get safely. See? RaceRoom's good. RaceRoom's awesome. I wish I had more hours in it. There's just not enough people that play it. My biggest problem for me in sim racing is what game do I play? Between RaceRoom, AMS2, and PMR, I don't need any other games in racing. I truly don't. I do not need iRacing. I do not need LMU. I would make the argument Assetto Corsa, the original, is a good one to have because there's so much you can do with it. But like, ACC's a one-trick pony that I get out of just about everything else, in my opinion. AC Evo hasn't shown me anything. The one thing they had going for it, they took away. So, unless that game gets really, really, really good and offers something different, I don't know, I'm not in the Evo. You watch me for racing? Yay! Glad somebody does. And I know there are so many people out there that are furious that I have the line on right now. And I just want to let you guys know that if the line bothers you, you are the fuel to my fire of running it. The second, I am like the pettiest person I know. The second anybody tells me not to do something, I will ensure that I only do that thing they tell me not to do. I am so petty like that. Exactly, I bought Evo for the career mode. That's the 100% why. Because that is one thing I think that GT7 does in spades really, really well that there is an itch for that I want to scratch, and that's this like single-player campaign-style progression system with an income and unlocking cars, and that is something that I very much liked in Gran Turismo 7. And I was really hoping AC Evo was going to bring us the closest possible to that. I didn't expect it to be like GT7, but I was hoping we were going to get something, and they took it away. Like, cool, now you're just like every other... What are you doing to make me want to play? They need a mass variety of cars and a mass variety of tracks. Once you take away features, varieties is all you've got. And that's why I like PMR, RaceRoom, and AMS2. Variety is the spice of life there. What does the green line do? It's like a train track. It just keeps me glued to it at all times so I don't crash. I'm clearly finding more pace, by the way. Since I said that, I've been paying attention to the Delta. I've been right at the low 12s since I recognized that I was in third place and way off pace. Just push the car a little harder. Oh, I thought I was going to oversteer and I didn't. I preemptively counter-steered for oversteer. That didn't happen. I'm so happy they fixed the steering angle thing. Was my, like, literal #1 complaint about this game. Like, that's how you know you've got a decent game. When my #1 complaint is that I have to adjust my steering angle per car. Well, the only reason you say that, Slick, is because you don't have anything that is a die-hard sim. Like on PC, that is something that I personally crave because I have too many sims to go online and just race people. You get stuck in this, like, toxic loop of trying to prove your manhood in racing that it's like, I really need to go do something a little bit more casual and on my own time, which is where single player comes in, you know? Announcements coming through on PMR Discord. Oh boy. What are we getting? That's a lot of exclamation points, not gonna lie. Well, I will say this though. Eagles in chat. Oh boy. Oh, Eagles already said it actually. Server's going down tomorrow. That's a good sign, boys. A good sign, boys. It's the same way you play a do you guys like single player video games? Like at all? Because that's essentially a PvE game, but for racing. I'm not saying that that's my favorite thing to do. I barely do it. But there is an itch that I want to scratch every once in a while where I want to do some racing against some AI, you know? And I want it to feel like it means something, like I'm getting something from it, you know? Because obviously if you race a person and you beat a person, you get to throw it in their face in a friendly way, of course. You know, you get to say you beat a person, a real human. So if there's no goal, which is where PMR, in my opinion, lacks on the single player side right now, is there's no real goal to race the AI. Like, what do I get for winning an AI race? Nothing. Nothing. Well, that was an itch that GT7 scratched. You know, you get a car, there's an economy system, there's something like that, you know? There's a reason to do it. You should be sick from work. All right, let me read what y'all are hyping about right now. Oh boy. Wednesday, March 25th at 7 a.m., Project Motor Racing servers will be unavailable for approximately 2 hours. This is to conduct necessary maintenance to the servers in preparation for an upcoming patch. Well, here you go, boys. Here you go, boys. Confirmation from the horse's mouth. Like I said, no news is good news. I saw somebody in the Discord yesterday talking about, oh, they're going to delay it, and they were all pissed. It's like, dude, you are spreading a complete false narrative out of nowhere for no reason. My guess is just because you're an insecure person. There's no reason to spread the rumor of a delay because you think one's coming, because you haven't been given a confirmation of a release yet. What's with the insecurity in video games, folks? No news. When they say their plan is to release something at a certain date, and they don't update you at all, and it's still before that date, the common sense, rational logic is it's coming out on that date. They haven't said it's not, and they at one point said it was. Am I the only one who thinks like that? No news is good news is a business expression, meaning If you are doing business with someone and you haven't heard from them because they've given you, okay, hey, whatever, we'll be done by XYZ date. Cool. You haven't heard anything? No news is good news. Means they're on time. They're on track. When is 2.0 coming out? Next year. 2026. I want to show you a teaser. Quick. All right. You remember, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. A lot of times when I ask questions in my chat, I already know the answer. I'm just curious to see what other people think. But I usually already know the answer. Remember when I put up the poll about Instagram? And the pictures? Well, little subtle teaser. I showed this last night, by the way. Here's a picture, right? You join this race quick before I lose it. All right. This picture. Now, I don't know what that looks like on stream, because on my end, the stream looks kind of meh by comparison to what I'm looking at on my desktop here. But do you think that this is a, like, dolled up picture? I'll give you a hint. That's my picture that I screenshot in-game. And that's the picture. That is the raw screenshot. Alt print screen on my laptop, on my keyboard. That's what I got. Another one for you. DLSS5 with extra Botox, you know it. Is my game crashing or something? What's going on here? That's the only teaser I'm giving you. That's only because they made their announcement. We're in the, I guess, what do you call it? Home stretch. There's the words. All right, let me go to the bathroom again, and then I gotta get some practice. We're just driving a real car now. All right, we're putting the gloves on and everything. All right, here we go. Oh, that's right. I forgot they do the weird version. They do the weird version of the GP circuit for Nords in this. No! Actually, you know what? I want to go back to the pit because I want to... Come. All right. I forgot we're in an open lobby right now, so I can actually do some stuff. So car setup. Let's see. Downforce. Oh, front, duh. Yeah, so there we go. Add 2 degrees to the rear wing. That's all I'm going to do. All I'm going to do. We're on Nords after all. All right. There we go. You hope we can all move on after the same or from the same conversations after 2.0? Same. Frustrating. Frustrating, yeah. They're like what I call the negative feedback loop. But I fully expect reviewers to trash the game still. Because I just don't trust them. I don't trust them, to be honest. And it's a shame, man, because the game deserves some credit. Like, here's how I know there's an objective, like, bias against... Where's my mouse? Against PMR in a lot of the media space. Rennsport isn't being dragged negatively at all. Like, at all. In fact, it's being positively covered by a lot of the same medias. So, like... I don't think Rennsport deserves any more positive coverage over PMR. I don't think they necessarily deserve negative coverage, but like... Alright, what am I doing here? I gotta figure out why I'm losing it right there. I'm clearly approaching with too much speed, or I'm on the brakes too hard. Because the rear wing did not help right there at all. Through. Oh, mamacita! I don't know why I said that. No idea. That just popped into my head and I said it. In fact, real quick, this is actually just distracting. There we go. I love Nords, man. I wish more people wanted this to be the track that they raced. I wish it made it its way into ranked races more often. As soon as I saw this was on ranked, yep, you got me. I wish one thing negative about RaceRoom and their driving, I wish the cars were less understeery. Every single car suffers from understeer. Oh, whoa, that's on me. Pass on me. Bump the inside curb way too aggressively, trying to get aggressive. I'm convinced, though, that the devs, the studio for Rensport, they're independently wealthy. That's the only thing I can possibly see. The way they've survived and survived so positively, like in-house. They're hosting events, getting eyes on the game, all without, like doing anything with the game. It has less players than PMR. At least PMR, like, from a financial situation in-house, charged full price for the game, and their players at least paid that. I don't know how Rensport's surviving, honestly. I mean, I want it to get better. I mainly want content. Rensport needs content. Like, a lot of content. But if their roadmap stays true, we'll see. But the problem is that that's like not a good look, at least from my opinion, with Rensport, is that they delayed their first update in the roadmap to April. It was supposed to be in Q1. Yeah, I gotta be careful of the curbs in this. Curbs are far more aggressive in RaceRoom. $20-minute race. Oh, big drive. Helps to hit the right button. Well, I guess you probably should know what time I'm streaming tomorrow, huh? So... Oh, shoot, race starts. Pay attention, Evan. Pay attention. Alright. Here we go. I'm screwed. Bro! Are you kidding me? I'm telling you. I want you guys to watch this carefully. You guys who play PMR and all the other games that complain about how their particular sim has bad drivers. Turn 1, that guy did not lift off the throttle. Oh, there he is again. I'd rather go slow and just not crash. I'm telling you, there's no such thing as good drivers in sim racing. I shouldn't say there's no such thing. There's no such thing as only good drivers in sim racing. I can't do this turn. I just cannot do that turn. I'm screwed. There's no way to get back in this race cleanly. I'm screwed. I hate the GP track. I genuinely do. I have no idea how to get through that turn right now with this car. Zero idea. I lose the rear end every single time. And I don't know what's doing it because I don't feel the rear end at any point. Like this car right now understeers like crazy wherever I go. It doesn't oversteer. Except for on that turn, I completely lose the rear end. Bro. What are you...
I hate people on the internet!
Alright, we're gonna calm down. Alright, clean overtake now. Clearly, it's an update day in RaceRoom. This is where multiclass racing sucks. They're not like they're battling in front of me with no one deciding to let the faster car through, so I'm just stuck behind them. And then I have to get aggressive and potentially risk crashing them just so I can get my line. Nord sucks for multi-class, not single class. We don't have to worry about getting stuck behind slower cars. I actually find it really easy to pass on Nords. The better you know the track, the easier that happens. You don't pay attention to the guy you're racing. You just focus solely on running your line. And if you run your line and you get good on the track, it'll create natural lines to pass people. Or if you're patient enough, just wait for someone to crash. That's the easiest way to do it. Damn it. Ooh, got lucky there. I thought I was going to lose it from that, trying to overtake on a curb. The biggest problem is that there's no letting people pass etiquette right now. We are not in the same class, and I am substantially faster. Move over, slow down for a quick fraction of a second to let me by you. And that's all it takes. Because all you end up doing by not letting someone pass is pissing them off to the point where they get aggressive and end up bumping you off the road. SS, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So can we, not that you did, but can we, the general public, stop freaking out about, like, spawning conclusions of delays when they have never said that? Like they said when the update was going to come out, then they haven't said anything about that since, and everybody just assumed because they haven't had their hand held and be spoon-fed constant reminders that there's an update coming, that the update's canceled or some shit. But yes, I did see that. Now I can stop, like, I don't know when it's coming out. Unless they say the update has been delayed. Plan on it coming out when they said. Looking like my time is 9 a.m. Oh shit, oh shit. Ah, I hate this version of this track. I was ready to go left right there. I was 100% ready to go left into that sweeper. And it's just a right-hand hairpin. I got through at that time, so apparently I just have to slow way, way down. Oh, come on. Oh, don't you. Here we go again. GT3 chasing through Nords. I'm not gonna. This is just such a. It's so hard to jump sim to sim and just retain any level of like driving skill set. At least for me anyway. Like I get used to PMR's driving, then I can't race in this. I get used to this, then I can't race in PMR. Oh, come. I'm done. We're done. We're done. Fuck this. We're done. Nope. We're done. I'm good. I am good. Don't care about my ranking. That's a... Nope. 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 We're good. We're good. We'll do this one. I'm good. I can't deal with Nope. I wish... This is one thing that sim racing pisses me off with. that I can do effortlessly in a real car. Turn the fuck around. Why is it, this is not a an individual game specific problem, but why is it in every single sim, turning around is basically Austin Powers? I was literally, in real life, I would turn the wheel right, I would give it some throttle, and I would pull out and go right. In this, you go dead straight. And you just hit the wall and get glued to the wall. Austin fucking Powers, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And it's not specific to any game. They're all like this. It's like every game is designed to make sure that when you spin out or you crash, you are out of the race. Getting back in the race is so hard to do. Like in real life. Oh no, I'm on the side of the road because I spun out. Hold on. The cars are coming from that way? All right, it's clear. And now we're back in the race. But in a sim, good luck. It's literally pissing in the wind with a headwind. Anyway, okay, I'm done bitching about it. I had to get that out of my system, though. Oh, boy. All right. That stressed me out. Oosraba. Entertainment at its best. Oh, it's so stressful. Why can't sim racing just be fun? I got out of real racing because it was stressful. Stressful for different reasons, but... Alright, I use the bathroom and then I'm going to warm up. Son of a bitch! Guy that hit me must be sick right now? Yeah. Because you can't see him coming. And the thing is about the visuals, you can't even, like, look right. Because obviously radar is useless when it comes to getting back on track. Because cars are going 100 plus miles per hour and you're going 0. So, like, if they're in your radar, that's it. It's over. They're going to smoke you. So, like, in that case there, you go to look right or look left to see if anybody's coming. And you can't see past the B-pillar. You has your head go... Well, they're coming from over there. I don't know. Let's give it a shot. Like, yeah, sorry for that re-entry for that guy, but in my defense, I can't see or hear shit. The game doesn't tell me anything. And in real life, like I said, I would literally just go, hey, nobody's coming. It's safe to pull out. But in sim racing, good luck. You need that's the only reason the map is somewhat useful, which I do not have. Not the map, the map. You'll be able to see people further down the grid where they are. Other than that, I feel like this car needs a round wheel. I'm not gonna lie. I like this car. The street version of the Alpine. I do have to put the line on, though. I don't know where I'm going when it comes to this car. Or this track, actually. Who am I kidding? Yeah, see, like... So, in normal 24-hour Nords, you go left right here. And then you have a completely different GP circuit. But on RaceRoom's variant, you do the smaller course. And that I know even less than the other course. And there's another turn here where was it? Where I was expecting, where I lost it last lap in the BMW LMDH, where I thought I was going to carry speed going left, and it's a hairpin right. So I'm like, all right, like right here. All right, I'm going to veer left. So I'm carrying all the speed, and then I get over here, and it's, oh, this is not it. Wait. Dude, I've just confused myself now. Because now this track has me going where I normally go, instead of going right. There's so many variations to these tracks. This is more of the actual GP track that I know. I shouldn't say I know a little bit more. So for me, the RaceRoom standouts, obviously Spa, that's a good one. Number one is the wheel ratio fix. That literally catches RaceRoom up from a steering standpoint to all the other sims, and it was wildly needed. So happy they fixed that. Number two is probably Spa. Gotta have Spa. Number three is this car. Big fan of this car, honestly. I like the way it drives. It drives like a really good street car. I do want to put the round wheel on, though. Do that quick. Put the round wheel on. Gotta go for that full immersion. Yeah, I really like this car. I like it when games just get a regular car that's nothing special to be really fun. Oh, that's too much force feedback. That's way too much force feedback. Lower that a little. Yeah, this isn't the GT4 version, because this game has the GT4 version as well. I like the street car, or I call it the street car version, the cup car, whatever it is, more than the GT4. Like, see, that's what I'm talking about, though, right? For example, Traxian covered this update already in an early access. The smaller kid with the glasses, I tend to agree with him more, but not so much the other guy. The other guy, I don't really like him, I'm being completely honest with you. But anyway, that's besides the point. He said he liked the cup car a lot, and like the GT4 car was just sort of there, you know? And I kind of agree. This car has a little bit more character, a little more uniqueness that makes me want to drive it. The GT4 Alpine, it doesn't drive bad, it doesn't do anything bad. It just feels like a GT4, you know? That's why I don't really like GT3s. There's no uniqueness to them. Or there's a lot less uniqueness to them. When I get off stream, I got a bunch of videos to make. Alright, sir. Maybe some RaceRoom tonight? That could be possible. I could possibly arrange that. We could possibly do some RaceRoom tonight. Double up on RaceRoom. I'm not going to be able to go till 3. Well, then again, I can start earlier, too, so... I could probably do like a 9 to 1 run tonight. I have to get at least one video edited. I have to do a whole bunch of recording for PMR. Before and after type stuff. Because the reason why it has to be done today is because once you lose the previous build of the game, so in my case 1.7, then I don't have access to 1.7 for before and after filming. So I have to film everything in 1.7, absolutely mandatory today. And then so I can properly do a side-by-side comparison for 2.0. That's the best way to do comparisons. Same machine, same settings. I'm going to probably do some visual split screens. So essentially you do like a bonnet cam of whatever car, and half the screen is the old version and the other half the screen is the new version. You really think he's going to say no? Yeah, because I mean, obviously now that they've said that the patch is coming tomorrow officially, tomorrow's the entire day is going to be PMR. Should be good, 9 to 11:30. All right, cool. All right, we'll consider that a thing then tonight. 9 o'clock, we'll be back on for some race room lobbies. I like this car, man. I like this car. So I don't know what my plan's gonna be though for tomorrow, because I think the most important thing is to stress test the lobbies. But there's a lot of game to go over too. Wait a sec, I might have missed it. I might have missed this race. I wasn't paying attention. I forgot I'm in the practice. Come on, please tell me I didn't miss it. Oh, I'm registered, never mind. Whew. Whew. How many people are registered for this? 75 people are registered for... Oh no. Oh no, boys. This is not good. See right here where it says free? Oh no. Oh no. There's a reason why there's 75 people registered for this race. It's because it's free to play. This ranked race is free. That's what that means. So they're giving you the car is free, the race is free. You could literally right now just download RaceRoom, purchase 0 things, and race me in this race. What I'm trying to say is, this is going to be a shit show. If you thought the last race was sloppy, Oh, dear, dear, dear. Now he's a number one on the hit list, but I feel like at this juncture, just reselling people on the game and the great amount of work changes done may be the way. Well, so my plan is this. This is where I'm trying to... I need to record some videos today of before and afters. I don't have the attention span to do... And then not to mention there's too much content. Period. To cover in one video. It'd be a couple hour long video, and I just can't do that to myself. I can't do that to people. No one's going to watch it. So my plan first is to do a visuals video. More just driving, different weathers, things like that. Show before and afters, 1.7 versus 2.0. Show some of the classes that have gotten updates that are significant. How they drive before and after. And then just like a very general feedback video. But... like, you can't review it. And here's the thing. I don't expect any of the other medias that are the bigger ones, the journalistic style ones, to give the game the proper coverage. I guarantee you we get a 15, 20-minute video talking about the game. I can't cover a single, one aspect of the game in 20 minutes. Not without just hyper chopping it down, you know? The visuals video. It's too much. Just rain and the lighting alone is different to be its own 20-minute video. Like, I could spend 20 minutes analyzing this picture if I really wanted to bore people. This is my picture. Look. That's a screen grab on my computer during a replay. That's not a fluffed picture. I didn't mess with anything. I literally clicked replay and just paused it when I felt a frame I liked was good for the angle, for like a thumbnail, and then I fucking captured it. That was it. I got a couple pictures like that, and I got to get more. But like, just going over a single screen grab, I could spend 20 minutes doing it. So how do you review an entire game's update like that in 20 minutes, especially when you have to compare it to where it's come from? Can't be done. Not well, anyway. So for me, it's got to be multiple videos of different aspects of things. And I figured 2.0 has a nice round number to it, and it's a significant enough of an update to warrant multiple videos covering things. Oh, I don't want to practice. But either way, I think my plan... as soon as I start the stream, patch notes. Go over some things here and there. There are some very good fixes that were required of certain cars that are done. They need to be addressed. There are some exquisite new... If you're a car guy, you'll appreciate them. Audio changes. There's some things. Can't say much. We're not there yet. We're close, but we're not there. But there's a lot to go over. You know? Like, this was like, it's weird because, like, this was a very much needed update for RaceRoom. But from an overall content standpoint, it's a very small update. Very small update. This is a one-stream update. You know? Not that I'd only play the game once from the update, but covering the changes, one update, or one stream, we're good. I'm already like, man, I'm only 2 hours in, and I'm like, well, what else do I talk about other than just playing the game, you know? I like this Alpine a lot. I like the feature of fixing the wheel. Spa's spa. There's our update. It's got a bunch of, like, fixes and stuff like that, but there weren't many things where I, like, in this game was like, oh, they gotta fix this. Oh, they gotta fix this. Oh, they gotta... Never. The only thing that bothered me was the wheel shit, and they fixed it, so... No, we've all now mentally checked out and want to sleep until update comes out. Yeah. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. I will say, as another teaser, some cars I hated driving before, I now love driving. They've just got a good tire physics model that just speaks to me. And whenever they update a car, they've got it. You know? Feels good. What sucks is you're supposed to go fishing tomorrow. Unless it's for the wife or something, you don't have to go fishing. That's all I'm saying. Happy wife, happy life. If it doesn't affect her, cancel. Unless it's like been a group trip or something like that, but I don't know. But that's, I guess, that's an important one. Guess you can't miss that. Or you could use the opportunity to get them hooked on PMR. Actually, you know, at least spectate. Let me see how this one looks. Race monitor. Let's use this for a comparison's sake, for what I'm used to looking at. Okay, let's turn the line on. Guess I can't turn it off. Hide UI, maybe? Hides that, doesn't hide the line, though. But, like, if you notice, though, right? Let's pick this apart here. Look at the grass, for example. There is just no detail there. There's nothing. Whereas PMR's grass is, like, interactive. You can flat spot the grass stuff, you know? So, like, a lot of times, everybody wonder, why is the frame rate so much lower in PMR? Well, they have interactive grass. LMU, RaceRoom, all these, like, visually good-looking games are all missing a lot of things to supplement the frame rate. If you have to go fishing for the wife, you didn't dispose of the body good enough. Jesus. Oh, curb. That's another thing I'm going to do as part of the visuals video. Before and after replays. What is this? So I'm basically, my plan is to get in the same car, on the same track, the same time of day, the same weather, do some laps, get a nice visual. I'm not really going to, I'm going to put the AI probably on like super low, just so I can like focus on keeping the AI in the frame without either driving away from them or getting driven away from. Then do the replays, then do rain, do all sorts of shit like that. For the the first video is probably going to be visuals. Because I think it's going to be the most, like, on-the-nose thing that gets seen. At least on PC. I have zero... I have seen nothing on consoles. Only PC. I hope so, too. I don't know if it's going to be there yet, but I hope so, too. Like I said, I have zero clue as to what's coming in the PS5 one. But specifically for your sake, Slick, I hope they come. But I also don't know how many features we're getting. Free racing, boys. That's what it looks like. Free racing. I'm just driving to not get hit by anybody. That's all I'm doing. I like this car. I don't know how many times I gotta say that, but like I do. This drives really good. And when I say a car drives really good, that doesn't necessarily mean fast or slow or anything like that. It just makes me feel like I'm driving the real car. Or a real car, I should say. Because obviously I've never driven this car, so I couldn't tell you what it drives like. But suspension of disbelief, this drives like a real car feels. And I like that. But there's a good chance I'm going to stream all week, PMR. I'm probably going to exhaust myself. But they confirmed we're getting it tomorrow, so if that is 100% true, because obviously anything could change, you never know. I'm going to be streaming it all week, every day. Maybe not the weekend. I'll probably need the weekend off. Maybe Saturday, maybe. I don't know. Maybe Sunday. I don't know. If I have free time, I'll stream it. How's that? 504 Shell, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. I do want to start playing RaceRoom more. As of right now, they have the best ranked of my three favorites. We'll see how PMR stacks up with this new update in ranked play. Because while I'm far from anywhere near the best at PMR, I would say of all of the sims, that's the one I am the best at. So it's my, if I had to have some level of competitive edge, it would be in PMR. It's just because I have the most time in it. But, I do like ranked play the best so far in RaceRoom. I didn't see your comment there, Andre. Pit boxes are better here. Yeah, there's definitely some... PMR isn't the best at everything visually. There's still work that needs to be done, but 2.0 heavily raises that bar from its current version, at least on PC. Stunning is a word that comes to mind. Tomorrow. They announced it's Salvo. Sorry, I don't know how to say that. In the Discord, they announced it's coming out tomorrow. 7 a.m. the servers, well, my time, because the way the announcements work is it shows you your time. So it's my time, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard, is the servers go down. They go down for 2 hours, which means so far every time the servers have gone down, when the servers go back up, the patch comes out. Or the patch rolls out, I should say. Oh, I just did that. I don't know if you were paying attention, Errolyn. I just did it. I was in the, I jumped in an LMDH. I ended up rage quitting because I got Austin Powers on Nords from someone else's crash. I do like that race. It's just, it's not a race you want to have when, like, for example, all the GT3 cars would not let me pass. So I'm like idling behind them, trying to pass, and they just won't let me, they won't give me the opening. So I have to do battle with them, and I have to get aggressive. I either have to chance crashing or crashing them because they just will not let you by. Oh, someone left the lobby, so whoop, whoop. You're good. You're good. You're good. Don't gotta apologize. But I might do that again. I want to drive the LMDH, but based off how many there were, I think there were 4 LMDHs and like 10 GT3s. I'm impressed. They did a good job with this car. This might be my new favorite Cup car in this game. And I don't say that often, especially about slower cars. But this thing is just fun to drive. Yeah, 20 GT3s and 5 LMDH, exactly. Yeah, the turn 1 in the LMDH, well, it was similar to that scenario right there. Except the guy never hit the, just go. The guy never hit the brakes, and he drove right through me. Like literally in turn 1. That's how my race started. Having to drive it through about 20 GT3 cars. And I never got all the way through them because they kept crashing me, or I spun out one time on my own. But they just would not let me pass, so it was causing me to drive erratically to try and get around them. Is this car supercharged? Like a little roots blower? It sounds like it's got a little wind. I don't know if that's straight cut gears or a supercharger. The audio makes it sound more like a supercharger than straight cuts. I'm actually surprised this race is as clean as it is, considering it's the free race. I was expecting this to be total chaos every lap. Maybe it's because the cars are just slower, so people can drive them better. This does not sound turbocharged. I mean, I believe that it's turbocharged, but the auto... That's what you get. What you get. You guys want to crash me? That's what you get. No reason to pit maneuver, boys. No reason to pit maneuver. Just go. I did jinx it. Absolutely did. Oh boy. Oh. That's one thing I have to give, again, PMR credit for. PMR is one of the only sims that, like, you can save cars when they start to do that. Like that right there, the car shut off when the slide started. And there was no input that was gonna re-grip up the rear end. It was just gonna keep sliding until I spun out. And that's most sims, unfortunately. I don't know if it almost feels like it's by design. Like there's no way that everybody who makes a sim has just never driven a car before. Because every car will re-grip at some point. And you'll be able to get regain traction. Well, like the way tires always just shut off when the car starts to slide, it feels like it's there by design to punish you for making a mistake. Yeah, it's weird because it's probably trying to tell me that it's got straight cut gears and that's what the whine is for, but it very much resembles a little roots blower. But in, like, you know, this day and age, there's no one using superchargers anymore except Dodge. And I don't blame everybody. The day Dodge decides to go turbocharged, you're gonna make some big ass power, that's for sure. I feel like I'm always worried about people dive bombing. One thing about cars like these, though, is they're a lot like the MX-5s where they're not very fast. So a single mistake will really slow you down because you don't carry any speed. You can't regain the speed. a last-minute position gain, though. How do you spin out on the last turn? Oh, no. Oh, you gave up 2 positions at the last turn, buddy. I think I finished in the same position I started in. Get to the next. What a fun car. I agree, that is a very fun car. Next Gen Cup. Oh, not for another hour and 52 minutes. All right, we won't be racing that. ETM 2025, eh? I don't know if I can do the next Gen Cup. That's kind of a slog, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I know, but it's the closest one that I'd want to do. Suppose I could try the electric car. Suppose I could try the electric car. Just because it's sooner. I love the Tatuus, though. Screw it. Let's just do it. It's part of the update. This car is kind of lame, though, I'm not going to lie. It's not even because it's electric. It's because it's a slow electric car. If it was a fast electric car, that'd be a different... At least, okay, there's some entertainment value there. But, like, there's no audio that makes it worth it. It's slow as balls. It struggles to get 100 miles an hour out of it. And, like... It doesn't even handle great. For its power level, I'm saying. Like, that Alpine Cup car is like a solid car. Like, that's a great... And that one's the free car. I paid $6 for this thing. Can I get a refund? I drove it off the lot, so I can't get the money back. Might as well use it. I haven't done a full race with it yet, so... Very nice, Chandler. Very nice. A good time. My personal best is 158.7, but I have not done another 158 since. I am not an alien, but it's with the same car, the Mercedes GT3. It was either default car or default plus 1 degree of rear wing positive. But I want to get more 158s out of it before I even attempt to... Yeah. Yeah. Why do you think that's my livery? Here. Right there. Right there, boys. That's a good picture. Good picture. PTSD of electric cars. Yeah, I can see that. I would never want to work on them. That's for damn sure. It's probably a combination of both, if I had to guess. Comfort zone and they just suck to work on. Oh, the setup is fixed. Thank God for that. Can I add a second battery? The car accelerates just a little bit faster? Seriously, I want to know what made them go with this car. The best thing I can explain, like with this car, is this was like a nepotism ad, meaning like a friend of a friend wanted to advertise what he does through the game. Because this doesn't feel like next gen. Just saying. This feels like many a gen ago with complete silence and one-speed transmissions. Obviously, because they don't have a transmission, but the point is that's what I would compare it to. What are this weekends? Spa. I haven't done this Adria one, the one they added to. They added a couple new tracks, so. Be right back. While this timer kicks down, I'm going to eat a yogurt. Also, I just recently replaced my travel rig, because yes, I have a travel rig. Pull it up. I just picked this up. 10 out of 10. It's a collapsible rig. So I had this. Where was it? Nope, wrong one. So this was what I had, right? The Logitech one, the Challenge X. I had this with a G923 on it. I put an RS50 on it, and I just couldn't do it. Sloppy as hell. Good for what it is, lounge cherry. I'm a huge playseat fan, by the way. I love the lightweight portable style rigs. But they just, about a month ago, came out with this. The F1 variant, the DD. This thing is a mastery of engineering. They have got brackets in all of the right spots that once you lock everything in, I'm talking this thing is rock solid. I could put my 28 Newton meter base on this thing. It might shake the rig side to side, but it's not gonna like wobble the wobble the rig around. That was hard to say. I can't get over how I watched all the reviewers talk about it and compare it, and they all said it was better than the Challenge X. They undersold it. Completely undersold it. It's so good. I have an RS50 on it and the RS pedals. Like, it's super comfortable, super rigid. I had a playseat trophy prior to what I have now, which made me a big fan of playseat. This is in every way just as structurally strong as the playseat trophy, and it completely accordions and collapses, and you can put it in the corner. So if you are that person who doesn't have space in their house but wants a good sturdy rig, this is the thing to get. It is so good. I am so happy I bought that thing. So happy. 28 Newton meter base plus foldable cockpit equals motion rig. Exactly. But seriously though, that rig combined with the RS50, solid rig. Like I was caught completely off guard. I love engineering like that. When they find a way, like, because the Challenge X was pretty good from an engineering standpoint, but you clearly saw its shortcomings with how floppy it was, you know? It was very lawn chairish, you know? But it did its job. This one is like a viable, like, permanent rig, in my opinion, that you can just fold up, put in the corner to get it out of the way, or take it with you somewhere. If you're going on vacation for a weekend, it's a much more casual hangout style vacation, and you want to bring your rig with you to do some sim racing. Awesome. Super awesome. That's pretty good run of audio, yeah. But no, it's like if I go to because like for Easter we're going to the in-laws for 5 days. I'll be bringing it with me because they all go to bed at 9 o'clock. Clearly I don't. I'll be spending 3 to 4 hours playing PMR or something on my PS5. I'll be able to do some racing with people, but I won't be streaming, obviously. Not bringing that level of equipment. I'm saying here, why is my car not revving? Holy shit! He found the nitrous button! And by that I mean the overcharge button. Where did he get all that speed from? This is ridiculous. Whoa, 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 whoa. These things have terrible tires on them. Black Leopard, what do you have for a rig right now? Sounds good, Chandler. These cars, I mean, I understand why they're probably a little more difficult to drive in this game, because they got to give you something to do. But, like, mother of God. This is the opposite feeling that I was getting from the Alpine. Like, pure enjoyment driving it. This is like... This sucks. Yeah, this is an L race room, sorry. I love the studio, love the decisions, but this is an L. This is an L decision. This is an L decision. They put a lot of marketing into this, too. Let me ask you this, guys, who play RaceRoom. Do you like this? Like, is this just a me thing where this is just not entertaining or not fun and just... At least make it on rails so I can, like, throw this thing through the turns or something. It's got terrible braking, terrible acceleration, terrible turning. It's got nothing but a whistle sound, which is likely the wheel bearings. The rumble strip is so loud. I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm trying to follow the line, but I feel like the line is not coded right for this car. Because I'm applying the brakes when it says to, and it's just like, nope, you're going to crash now. This car sucks. Cars that are super slow, but then hard to drive, are some of like the worst things that exist. Like, this makes MX-5s fun. It drives like a golf cart, yeah. Still can barely make that jump. Still got an invalidation. Unbelievable, man. Oh, I destroyed the car. That's about the fastest way I could get out of that piece of shit. Holy Jesus, that thing sucks. Wow. Wow, that thing sucks. I don't think I can end it on that note. I can't. We're gonna get in the Tatuus, because I like the Tatuus. I don't care. Holy shit, that was terrible. It's not even that it's electric. It's not even that it's electric. It's horrible at everything. It's a slow accelerating electric car, like super. If you've been in any model Tesla, they're all faster than that. Any Tesla's faster than that. They must have put it on all seasons or something, because the tires have no braking grip, no turning grip, no nothing. Mind you, I know nothing about that next-gen Cup car, so maybe it's true to the real thing, and the real thing's a piece of shit, but I'm good. As far as I'm concerned, that car, I'll never use that thing again. Really, Holland Bass? I don't know if I've ever had to do that. Those minis do run on all-season tires? Interesting. It feels, honestly, they're doing a good job then. It feels like it's on all-season tires. You can't touch the brakes without locking them up, and it has no lateral grip whatsoever. I mean, it's obvious it's got all the longitudinal accelerating grip because, well, it's like a 50 horsepower electric motor. That was rough. That was rough. RaceRoom's got a lot of good cars. That ain't it. That new Alpine Cup car, love it. Absolutely love it. Drives like a real car. Fun. Can't believe I've never wanted a refund. Like in a video game, I usually just go, well, I gotta eat that. That is what it is. That car makes me want to fight for a $6 refund. Mm-hmm. Sorry, RaceRoom, I love you, but that was a... I don't know who you did a favor for to get that car in the game, but... Get it out! Has anybody driven that car and liked it? I just want to see if I have, like, a monopolized opinion right now, or there are varying opinions. Do people like driving that car? If people like driving that car, I'll shut my mouth. But I feel like not really anybody's going to like that thing. You didn't buy it? You made the right decision. I should have waited. I don't normally listen to reviews, but that might have saved me on that one, because I was already hesitant because it was an electric car. I already knew what I was going to be getting into, which is going to be something that had no transmission, no soul, no sound, nothing like that. But I was at least hoping for it to be like a fun handling car. It handles like shit. It might be the worst handling car I've driven in this game. Why would you buy an electric Mini? Because I did, and I don't want to be alone on that stupid island. But apparently I am. Hoping for new Super Tours. Yeah, those are... There's so much good in RaceRoom. That's why I'm saying, like... That car feels like such a random choice for RaceRoom. Like, they did such a good job with the Alpine. The Cup car specifically. And then there's that thing. Like, it's my thumbnail, for Christ's sake. This will probably be my last race, by the way. The real thing should have 260 horsepower, but seems like they skipped that in RaceRoom. Well, a 260 horsepower electric vehicle should be really fast. Because it's instantaneous torque. I mean, the real thing makes like 230. The turbo car. Mini Cooper S horsepower. I lied. It makes 201 horsepower. Next Gen Cup Mini Cooper horsepower. $230 horsepower. Oh, it does have push to pass, though. Shit. Shit. So it's got a 60 horsepower push to pass. That's probably how that guy, like, scooted around me in the very beginning, where I'm like, this guy's on nitrous. Obviously joking about nitrous. But... So it's a 230 horsepower battery with a 60 horsepower push to pass extra. But like, it still doesn't accelerate really any faster than the turbo car. And I can absolutely go faster top speed in the turbo car. The real car, I mean. I've done it. The wife has one. She's got a 2017 Mini Cooper S. And I have gone over 100 miles an hour many, many times. I live in farmland. I can do that shit. All right, we're going to be slow, so we got to go pink. Although that's the token color for being really fast, so that might have been a... I love Mini Coopers. That's why I was all about it. I'm like, ooh, a Mini Cooper, even if it's electric, I don't care. But, like, two things a Mini Cooper needs to have. A manual transmission and grip. At least give me the grip. There's no grip. There's no acceleration. There's no top speed. There's no grip. There's no braking. The car sucks at quite literally everything in the game. Big miss. I have to turn my car on. I'm not used to that. Aw, finally in one of my favorite cars in this game. I love the Tatuus. Oh. Gotta learn the track, though. I love this car. It's so much fun. Like, this is the polar opposite of the car I just drove. Shit ton of grip, more speed, more fun, transmission. Just oversteer, brakes, tires. Obviously, it's got tires, it's open wheeler. Right there, we just hit the top speed of that car. And we're going faster than the other car now. So if anybody's watching this and they have not purchased any of the new update, massive skip on the Mini Cooper. Buy the Alpine, or no, sorry, the free car is the best car added. The free car is the best car added by a landslide. The GT4 car is good, but it feels like a GT4 car. You already have a GT4 car, you've already got one. But the Cup car, that's a home run. Oh shit, in neutral. Son of a bitch. Cheers for what? The skip on the Mini? turn's killing me. Well, not a problem. Cheers. Yeah, it's a big skip. Big ol' skip. It's bad at everything. I was hoping it was gonna like feel like it was on rails and give it a reason to want to play it. But no, I just don't want to torture myself being that hard to drive something that's just not fun to drive. This is like 100 times more fun, and it was already in the game. Yeah, the new free car is a lot of fun. I really like it. It drives like a real car, which is immediately gets my appreciation. This one of my favorite races to do in all of racing is this Tatuus on Nordschleife. One of my favorite races to do. Only 3 people in here, man. Come on. There's a boat. There were 75 people in the free race. I mean, it's the free race, I suppose, but like GT3 is always full. What a bummer, man. Let's get some music going for this race. That's how we're going to do this. We're going to send this last one off with some music. Wish I knew this track. One thing about RaceRoom, there's a lot of tracks it has that I do not know anything about. Yeah, AMS2's got a boatload of tracks. Oh. Luckily this car re-grips up quick because I overshot the shit out of that. It's a fun car to kick sideways too. Song's not doing it for me though. Very nice, Chili. I'm probably going to do some lobbies at starting at about 9 o'clock tonight. Some spa lobbies for sure. Probably multi-class. I want to see how LMDHs drive on spa and RaceRoom. I've never experienced it before. And I really like spa RaceRoom's LMDHs, so... All national anthems should be 80% synthwave. I agree. This isn't even good synthwave. This is just some noises that I'm like, it's kind of zoning out on. Or zoning in, zoning out. I don't know. One of them. I'm zoning somewhere. Out of curiosity right now, is anybody else streaming RaceRoom from the update? Because, like, I hope so, because this game needs love. I think one thing I underestimate with this car is how hard I can actually push it as I swear, my mouth is the most powerful fucking thing to jinx I've ever seen. Trying to find a good song for the race. A lot of these songs are just like sort of background sounds while I'm talking, but to crank up, I need something that's like got a good beat to it, you know? This one's not bad. Haven't seen anybody else streaming. Man, that's such a disappointment. Yeah, I don't think RaceRoom's ever going to be a top sim. And it should be because it's so good. Like, it pisses me off that LMU is as popular as it is. When this exists. Right now. Right now. It's 10 times the game LMU is. And everybody plays LMU. But at the same time, like I said, as long as the studio is fine and they're surviving, I don't care about player count. It means nothing to me. Give me a good game to play. That's all I care about. Yeah. Yeah, like, unfortunately, this update, outside of Spa, the much-needed wheel support fix, which is so good. Like I said, the Alpine Cup car, it's good. I like the car for sure. But, like, RaceRoom, I think there's so much good variety in RaceRoom that I don't think that car moved the needle at all. I don't think it hurt it. I don't think it helped it. It just stagnant. Spa being back is very good. People love Spa. That's very much a Me Too track. But Spa being back and the wheel support being updated. Yeah, LMU is good at being a one-trick pony. I don't like one-trick ponies. I never have. I like range. Because, like, I would rather have one sim that does everything well than have to get in 100 different sims to do different things. Now, I know that's impossible, but... Because this car right here, this Tatuus F4, more fun than anything LMU has to offer me. By itself. This game could be called Tatuus F4 Simulator. I would still play this any day over LMU. Looks that way, Mags. They announced it in the Discord. I will be streaming it as soon as it goes live. I will also have a video going live right away to show some visual comparisons. And then throughout the week, I'll have different videos. Let's just hope for PMR's sake that some of the other biased media outlets give it some positive coverage. For the sake of the Straight 4 Studios. It deserves praise as of 2.0. So I've joked with the devs like, damn you for making 2.0 because I can't go back and play 1.7 right now. Like 1.7 is like, by comparison to 2.0 is a piece of shit. Just my fair take right there. I've told them that though, so. I think the servers go down at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for 2 hours. So the trend has been with them, they release the update right after the servers go back up. Did it again right there. The music. I blame the music. What's funny though, AJ, is the devs agree with that sentiment. The only mystery, like I said, that we don't know yet is the online interconnect. That needs to be a much better experience. The game itself is way better. 2.0 is way better than 1.7. But if the internet still sucks, I feel like it'll all be for nothing. See what else we got. I got all sorts of... I need to get more made. I don't know why, I just started losing it at that turn right there. All right, that's enough racing for me today. Well, this morning. We are going to get back on RaceRoom later today. Let's see, what is it? It's 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time now. We'll be getting back on 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got some videos I got to make with the old PMR. Yeah, so 9 p.m. We'll go probably 9 to 1-ish. Because I would like to be sleeping, because I got to be streaming by 9 o'clock tomorrow if that's when the patch is going up. So, yeah, we're still in a nice window of fun sim racing this week. So, yeah. Oh man, all right. So, guess I gotta install OG. Have a good one, Run of Audio. But yeah. So 9 o'clock tonight, we'll be back for some more RaceRoom because I would like to do some actual lobbies. I want to test out Spa with the LMDHs and GT3s and shit like that. Spa just in general. I might just make it a spa day. Anyway, that wraps it up for me. I had fun. The new Mini Cooper sucks. Honestly, if they just gave me my $6 back and removed it from the game, that was the only thing bad about today. Other than that, the update's good. It fixed a couple of very important things that needed to be fixed. Added some good cars, some very good tracks, and yeah, that's it, folks. All right, guys, you know what to do. If you liked what you saw here, click the like button. If you want to subscribe, I'll always take more subs. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and thanks for hanging out, and thanks for listening to me complain when I do complain. Until tonight, have a good day.